Happy holidays, you guys. I can't believe December is already here. Like, this year went by fast, but yet so slow. Like, it was a dumpster fire for sure, but better days are coming. And until those better days get here, I'm going to be distracting myself with some good books. So today I'm here to let you guys know what's on my December TBR. If you've already seen my Tis the Season-a-thon TBR, then you already know some of the books I'm going to read this month, but let's get on into it. So I am currently reading You Are a Badass at Making Money, Master the Mindset of Wealth by Jen Sincero. I am absolutely loving this book. This book is really just opening my eyes to some of the ways that we are raised to think about money, and how the way we think about money and whether or not we're worthy of it affects whether or not, we get it. So, good book. I am also reading with my son. Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, and oh my gosh, this book is good. I've already read it, but I'm reading it with him, and it's great. Like, every night before we go to bed, he asks, Mom, are you gonna read the book? And so we've just been keeping it here in his room, and we've been enjoying it. In case you don't know, this is a book about a young man named Tristan. He's lost his best friend. He gets sucked into this magical world, which is kind of like the African folklore mirror of our world. So really good book. If you haven't read it by now, read it. The second book is already out, so we're trying to get through this one so I can go ahead and start reading him the second book. And I just love that he loves this book. I love that, he can see himself on the cover of this book, and he's hearing about, a black boy on the inside of this book. And I love that Tristan is not timid, he cries. His grandfather wants him to be tough. He's always saying, strong men don't do this, da 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 da, and you're too soft, and you're this, you're that. But Black boys need to see this. You don't always have to be, tough. It's okay to, be sensitive. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel things. Tristan is going through a lot. He lost his best friend, and he's really hurting. And it just seems like, a lot of people want him to, get over it, but grief doesn't have an expiration date. And so I love this book. Next, I have Red Hood. This is a dark Red Riding Hood retelling. I cannot wait to get into this. I've heard good things about it, so I'm hoping it's going to live up to the hype. I do love retellings, in case y'all didn't know. So I cannot wait to get into that. I'm also going to be reading Christmas Shopaholic. It's Sophie Kinsella. No need to say anymore. This book I have been super excited to read since I saw her tweet about it on Twitter, that she was working on this book, and then she released the cover art, and I just knew I had to get this book. So this is a book, the title is Real Men Knit, but this book is about a man named Jesse whose adoptive mom owned a knit shop. She dies, and him and his brothers have to figure out what to do with her shop. Meanwhile, there's a co-worker, her name is Carrie, and she's had the biggest crush on Jesse. So obviously she got to shoot her shot for the shop to stay open, when really she's shooting her shot so that she keep Jesse in her life, okay? I'm also going to be reading Baby Let It Snow, which is 2 books in one. I'll Be Home for Christmas by Beverly Jenkins, which is about a Broadway star falling in love with a celebrity chef. And then Second Chance Christmas, which is about a winery owner whose ex-lover is a hotel owner, and he wants to acquire her family's winery. Can't wait to read both of those. And then I have 3 holiday books from Mary Monroe. So I have Right Beside You, The Gift of Family, and Remembrance. I talked about these two in my Taste the Season-a-thon, but to give y'all a brief overview, this one is about a couple whose idea of family is to, you know, have a baby and that stuff. And in this book, they're kind of going to learn that family comes in all different shapes and sizes. Remembrance is about a woman who, like most women, loses her identity. You know, she's starting to not recognize herself. And so she's got to, you know, find herself again. And along the way, she meets a homeless man, and she becomes the first person to kind of see him as a person and not, you know, as all the stigmas and stereotypes that surround homeless people. And this book is about 2 co-workers. They both like each other, but I don't think either one of them has, you know, said, you know, I like you. They've been keeping their relationship mostly professional. So they have to decide, you know, if they're going to take it to that romantic level. And then one of the co-workers ends up getting a promotion that's going to then force them to have to do a long distance thing if they decide to get romantically involved. So I can't wait to get to that and see what is going to happen. And you guys know I love me some Sarah J. Maas. So this is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about what this book is about. I know it's fantasy and I know it's Sarah J. Maas, so therefore I know it's gonna be good. So the last book I want to get to this month is The Stars Beneath Our Feet. This is a story about a young man named Lolly who is coping with the loss of his brother, and he's coping with it through building. He was gifted some Legos, and he's working on like this epic city build, but then something happens. Lolly and his friend get jumped, and it just kind of throws his world for a loop. And you know, I can imagine that would throw anybody's world for, you know, a loop. Violence is traumatizing. So he kind of has to figure out, like, what if my brother was here, what would he do? You know, would he retaliate, jump the guy's back? What? So, you know, his world is turned upside down, and he kind of, you know, has to figure out the right way to go about it. It sounds like from the description that he lives in a not so good neighborhood, and, you know, there's all these things outside of his home that, you know, take away from his peace and his calmness and his healing. And he's going to have to find a way to make peace with that and to be able to tune the outside world out when he's in it, and, you know, just find his way. And so I can't wait to get into this. This book really, I guess, touched me because my son uses blocks as therapy, or, you know, a way of dealing with things. He is developmentally challenged and special needs, and building for him is his way of centering himself and finding his peace. So when I read that, I was just like, I have to read this book, because, you know, as a mom, you know, having a child who can relate to the main character, it just, like I said, it touched something in me. So I can't wait to get into this and see what Lolly is going to do. I'm hoping this book is going to have a happy ending, and that, you know, Lolly is going to do the right thing, and something awesome is going to happen to him after, you know, what seems to be a crappy start. I can't imagine losing a sibling, so I can't wait to get into this and just see what happens. Like I said, I'm hoping for a positive ending for Lolly, and that by the end of this book, his world has gotten a million times better. These are all of the books I am hoping to get to this month. Like, this is a lot of books, yeah. A lot of books. But like I said, we've already started these two, and I am more than halfway finished with that one. Now, we still got a ways to go on Tristan Strong, because Y'all, this is a thick book, over 400 pages. And then I have this thick book, but listen, I can go through some Sarah J. Maas. Her writing is really good, and I really enjoy it, so I always devour her books. Hopefully this one is just as good as A Court of Thorns and Roses and her Assassin series. We're gonna find out. I'm hoping this ends up being a quick read. Like I said, I love retellings. I tend to read them fast. The Mary Monroe books aren't that big, so those are going to be a fast read. I'm definitely going to be motivated to finish this one because, like I said, I have a personal connection with it. This is going to be a quick read. Definitely going to make my way through this. Just going to keep it real. I don't know if I'm going to completely finish this one by the end of the month, but it's going to be okay as long as I started. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys are reading. Do you have any holiday books on your December TBR? Any books that you're reading because you have a personal connection to them? Just let me know what you're reading down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy holidays!